Hello, family. I trust you're doing well. Hey, it's Pastor Derek here, coming your way this week with a new series entitled Your Marriage and Mental Health. Your marriage and mental health. And today we'll be looking at emotional health. Okay. Why is it important to understand mental health? In that everything we do is determined by the health that we have in our heads. Okay. Unfortunately, we focus on all types of health, and most of the times we ignore the health of our brains. There's nothing wrong. Mental health is just like physical health, heart health, tummy health, all types of health. Okay, as we are focusing on all the other health, we also have to remember that we have a brain that can fall sick. We have a brain that can feel unwell, and when it is not in the best frame, it influences how we behave. And sometimes some of the behavior that we put across in our marriages, it's not necessarily because we are evil people, because we are wicked, because we want to destroy the marriage, but sometimes we are genuinely not well, that we may need professional help, or we may need a few kind of strategies to help cope or do better, feel better, and act better. Okay, so basic knowledge about mental health is extremely important. And let me just sound this word of caution. I'm not a professional. I'm not a psychologist, doctor. Okay, I am just passing on some of the information I have gathered as I do this work in marriage counseling. Okay, so if you suspect that you may need extra help, by all means, talk to your psychologist, talk to your doctor. But what I'll be sharing with you are basic pointers that will help you manage your marriage in a better way, taking into consideration how important your mental health is for the health of your marriage. Okay, many marriages have been destroyed because people did not understand their mental health, and they misjudged things and overreacted and destroyed things. But we can help, okay, with just a little bit of knowledge. Today the focus is on emotional health. Tomorrow we'll go into something else. Emotional health is that which determines a person's ability to understand their own emotions, express it in a way that will not cause chaos, and also the ability to manage their own emotions. Because the Bible says that the heart of man is deceptive and desperately wicked. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's low. You should not put your trust in your own heart, because sometimes your emotions can mislead you. You are sad today, angry tomorrow, happy the next day. So you have to know how to regulate it so it doesn't mislead you. You don't sign your life away, okay, because your emotions were in the wrong place. You should be able to self-regulate it. Then it also helped you to also understand your spouse's emotional health, okay, so that you will also be able to know how to react to their behaviors. Okay, so it works both ways. How to understand your own self, how to express your own self, regulate how you express it, and then also how to understand in a basic way your spouse's mental health and emotional health, and then how to receive what they throw up to you, and how to regulate it so that you don't react in a wrong way. So when a person is emotionally healthy, there are 5 key things. There may be more. Like I told you, I'm not a professional. These are basic things to help with our marriages. Okay, there are 5 key areas to look at, and the first one is emotional awareness. Are you aware when you are angry? Are you aware when you are stressed? Are you aware when you are sad? Are you aware when you are afraid? Are you aware when you are frustrated? Are you aware when you are overly excited and joyful? You should be able to know how you are feeling, okay, because your ability to recognize how you are feeling will determine how you present things to your spouse. When you are aware that, let's say, today I feel too stressed, I feel too angry, it will help you think twice before you speak. And even when you speak and you've come across as so sharp, you'll be able to look back and say, I think I'm not in the right frame of mind. You can go back to your spouse and say, please ignore what I said, or forgive me for how I spoke to you. I don't think I'm in the right frame of mind. But when you are not aware of your own emotions, you may say something very sharp, very annoying, very frustrating, and then you take it as, yeah, that is what it is. and you'll be hurting your spouse unnecessarily. So you should always be aware. An emotionally healthy person is always aware of how they are feeling. And sometimes, for example, when you know that I'm too angry, you know that, let's say, the way I'm feeling, I shouldn't talk. Let me just keep quiet because I'm too angry. If I say something, I may create a problem. I'm too sad. Let me not go to this place because I may make a problem. I may create a problem. I'm too frustrated. Let me not call this person because if I call, I may say something that I shouldn't say, or I may do something I shouldn't do. Okay, so in Proverbs chapter 14 verse 10, it says, the heart knows its own bitterness and no stranger shares its joy. You should be healthy enough to know your own bitterness when you are not in the right frame, to know what not to do. The second thing emotional health does is that it gives you emotional regulation, so that you'll be able to say, the way I'm angry, what can I do to calm down? Maybe I should just go for a walk. I'm too angry. Let me go for a walk so that I can calm down. I'm too angry. Let me not say anything at this time. Let me regulate myself. Okay, let me just watch some funny thing, or let me go into prayer. Let me just, maybe I'm getting too angry recently of late. Let me go into a fast. Let me just calm myself down. Let me read something. Let me go to the gym. Let me exercise to tone down tension. Okay, so you should be able to regulate yourself. I'm too angry. Let me not speak. I'm too this, let me not do that. Okay, so you should be able to regulate yourself. Move yourself from one place to the other. I'm too angry. Let me move myself from the place of anger to a place of peace, to a place of joy. You should be able to regulate yourself like a thermometer. Increase the temperature, reduce the temperature as you ought to. It helps you not to be uncontrolled and dump things on your spouse the way you don't have to. Sometimes your wife or your husband does not deserve the way you are treating, just because you don't know how to control yourself, you don't know how to regulate yourself. So once you feel it, you dump it on your spouse. It is not a good thing. In Proverbs 16:32, it says that he who is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit is better than one that takes a city. You have to learn how to rule your spirit, how to be slow to anger. It means not that as you feel it, no, you release it. You should be able to regulate yourself. Number 3 is emotional expression. Okay, I'm angry, but how am I going to speak it? Okay, if I'm too angry and I realize that maybe if I speak, I may shout and scream, why not text it? Why not write it and read over it and edit it so that I can send the same message across without adding the emotion to it? Okay, I'm angry, I'm sad. Am I going to keep everything in to an extent that it destroys me? No, I should decide to say it. But when should I say it, and how should I say it, so that I can communicate what I am feeling without causing hurt to my spouse? Because if you say things sometimes out of extreme emotion, you may send a message and send even a bigger message, okay, that will bounce back and destroy everything. In Ephesians chapter 4 verse 15, it says, instead we will speak the truth in love. Okay, so we are not saying don't speak the truth, don't say the things you need to say, but you should be able to control the kind of emotions you use to express yourself. When you are sad, when you are angry, when you are frustrated, you should be able to control how you express your emotions. So that is an indicator of emotional health. Okay, the next one is number 4 is emotional empathy. Okay, empathy towards your spouse. Okay, being able to feel that today I think my wife is too sad, let me see how best I can help her. Or I think my husband is too frustrated, he's too stressed, let me see how best I can calm it. Some spouses don't do anything, they can't feel their wife is sad, they can't see, their husband is angry, they can't see, they just carry on like that. It shows your emotional health is not in the best of places. You should be able to discern your spouse and then be able to know how best to help them. If they are angry, if they are sad, if they are happy, and then you know how best to help them. We are in this life together to help each other. In Romans 12:15, it says that rejoice with those who rejoice and mourn with those who mourn. You should be able to discern who is rejoicing, who is mourning, and then see how best you can help them to heal. Okay, and number 5, very, very critical. Number 5, your ability to heal from emotional wounds, sometimes right from our childhood. This is how narcissism, maybe we'll go into narcissism as we go on. Okay, this is how narcissism develops. Sometimes there were things you experienced in your childhood, and these things have how you think. Okay, and sometimes there is pent up bitterness, how somebody abused you, somebody maltreated you, you went through some painful thing, either in your childhood, in your youth, sometimes in your adulthood, sometimes in the marriage itself, and you have vowed, maybe the way your father treated your mother, the way your mother treated your father, and you have vowed you will never allow certain things, and these things have affected you unconsciously, and it's made you too hard, made you too bitter, made you too extreme in the marriage. Because you have not learned to heal, you are bleeding on your spouse. It should not be so. You have to learn how to heal from every form of bitterness. Otherwise, you create a lot of problems. In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26 and 25 says, be angry, but do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger, and do not give the devil a foothold. Don't give the devil a foothold in your marriage. An emotionally healthy person knows that, no, I think there's bitterness in my heart. Let me take the necessary steps. Let me confront it and see what I can do to heal. So I'll be a kind, peaceful person in my marriage. I should not destroy my marriage because of something somebody else did against me, or if even it's my spouse that did against me. I should be to heal so that I can bring peace into the marriage. God bless you. Look through these things. If there is any place you need more information, research, find more information, speak to your psychologist, speak to your doctor, pray, go through the scriptures, and see how best you can become a better person for your spouse and for your marriage. God bless you till I come your way again. Bye bye.